Another big thing that has been happening, at least here in Jersey. You want to talk about Newark Airport?
Newark Airport. You know what's crazy? The day that thing started happening, I was on my flight back from Puerto Rico. And I know I guess something happened with the system or like something shut down or like signals were messed up or something like that. And my cousins got diverted to JFK. And luckily for us, we were dropped right back in Newark. But it's just like, I'm like, yikes, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, outdated technology or controversy change in
Controversial.
Okay. Learn that.
Love you.
Outdated technology and a controversial
change.
Oh, okay, you got me questioning myself now.
Girl.
A controversial change in air traffic control regions and a shortage of air traffic controllers and routine construction plans were all issues that collided last week, combining that they had a cascade effect on air travel with hundreds of delays, cancellations, and calls from lawmakers for investment from the federal government, right? And so, like, I know, especially like what I do for work, we've seen a lot, like every day there's been delays, right? And the thing that people keep talking about is the fact of staffing shortage. So because of these staffing shortages, bless you.
Thank you.
You got a second one coming.
No, go.
Okay. See, I knew it.
But you can keep talking.
So, because of these staffing shortages, now that people don't know, like basically, there's not enough people.
Staffing shortages.
Right. Yes. There's not enough people to supply. Everybody wanted to fly somewhere. And it's about to be summer, y'all. People got places to be. People to see.
A little bit more perspective, right? Like, you might think, like, let's say you're someone that's watching from a small town. Newark Airport is a major hub. You know, like, yes, New York has JFK, but a lot of people fly out of Newark, New Jersey. Because it's a big airport, and United Airlines that's like their major hub. A lot of their flights fly out of Newark Airport. And yes, we also have LaGuardia, but Newark Airport is just the place to be. They offer a lot of more like flights and options, and United Airlines uses primarily
and
that
there's like
airport.
A variety of brands too.
Right,
you got
exactly.
JetBlue, you got United.
So that's why that's major, and a lot of people are affected by it. It's not like, and also Jersey, because of the proximity to other major cities, a lot of people just fly to Jersey, and then from here they go to wherever,
like Philly, or you can go to New York or whatever like that. But my thing is, like, when I saw this, I'm like, when do we look at things and say something's not working, right? Because we keep focusing on DEI, right? And DEI has impacted a lot of people's jobs, especially like, oh, we can't have this, we can't have that, this person is this, we need to remove these restrictions and stuff like that. Like, when are we going to sit back and be like, okay, what's the solution? Instead of just talking.
Well, the thing is, I'm pretty sure they know the solution, but I feel like with a lot of things, people like to procrastinate, and unfortunately, until it's, we're too far gone, that's where people want to like actually realize like, oh, hey, we do actually need to update these things, right? Because again, like, we just had some sort of like remodelation at Newark Airport, but that has nothing to do with like air traffic control situations. I'm just a regular person, so I don't know much about air traffic controls, but what I do know is that it is important, and you need people that know how to do that. So if y'all know that y'all have staffing shortages, I'm pretty sure now they're gonna try to find little loopholes to sway people into, start these trainings so they can be a part of the air traffic control or whatever. And also just remodeling stuff. Like, if you know that this is a major hub, why are you not keeping up with it? And also another thing is just funding. People don't want to fund, like, the government doesn't want to give the money that is needed to help fix these things.
And also, it's like, Jersey, we are seeing issues right now because even there's a potential strike that's about to happen with NJ Transit workers.
Baby, I love NJ Transit down. But honestly, get your coins. I feel like if we haven't... Wait. If we have learned anything is, a lot of times people don't like to change things until you make noise, right? Because if you are always quiet, and this is like in life, at a job, even at a job, you always like go far and beyond and you do everything. You stay the extra mile, you do everything. And then when there is some sort of chance for you to get promotion, you get overlooked. Not always, but sometimes. It's not until you make them understand why they need you that they're like, oh no, you know what? We actually need you to stay, or we're actually going to give you this raise because we need you to stay. And a lot of times it is, NJ Transit has been bustling and moving for how many years? They are very important to our state. And if they haven't seen change just by being nice and asking, then the strikes have, I think that's why a lot of people strike, because it's like, we've been trying to tell you the nice way, but you're still overlooking. So until we walking out and no buses are running, then you're going to be like, oh, nah, actually, we need to pay y'all because we need these buses to run.
Right. And the deadline for the mediation talks are still happening right now, but apparently the deadline is May. I believe that's May 8th. No, it's May 16th or something like that. That next Friday, basically next Friday at 12:01 a.m., we will find out. Well, we might find out beforehand if it's not happening, but if nothing's decided by 12:01,
they're gonna decide something.
They got to.
If NJ Transit is not in motion in Jersey, I know this might seem an exaggeration, but Jersey will crumble. We need NJ. A lot of people don't have cars. Yes, a lot of people do have cars, but
I just want to say this is focusing mainly for the train, like the people who operate the trains.
Oh, okay.
Because for the buses, they recently came up with a mediation. Oh. There's a different union for that.
Oh, I don't know about the trains. I don't take trains, but I'm sure they are also important.
This girl been going crazy for the buses.
No, it's just that's what is convenient to me because that's all I have. Another thing that has been talked about a lot is Real ID. I saw some sort of stat of how New Jersey residents are the highest percentage of people that have not gotten Real IDs. And I thought that was so funny because I am a part of that percent.
Me too.
I do not have a Real ID, but it's only because I have my passport. So if you have your passport, you don't need the Real ID because the whole purpose of it, this was supposedly made after 9.
What is the purpose of it? Because I'm not understanding.
Here you go. So I did, thanks to Google. What is the purpose of Real ID? The Real ID was intended to enhance the security of state-issued identification documents and establish federal standards for them. The act was prompted by concerns about the vulnerabilities of state-issued ID cards in the wake of September 11th terrorist attacks. One key goal was to prevent terrorists from using fraudulently obtained IDs to enter facilities requiring federal identification. So essentially, it's just a way for your state ID to be more
official.
Exactly.
And my thing is if I get a Real ID, do I still need a license?
No, it's a 2-in-1. Your license is your Real ID. It's all together. But I think a main thing is just convenient. I don't need one right now. Mm-hmm. If I had if you don't gotta travel, you don't really need it. Right, you could just be with your regular license. Right. And the sole purpose of it is if you want to travel in state, instead of, if you didn't know, you are able to travel around the state, around the country, not around the state, around the country with just your license. Mm. And so now it's no, we need a Real ID license to be able to travel with just your license.
Right. And so my license doesn't expire until 2027. Right. And so my thing is, I think another reason why this, the percentage is so high of people in New Jersey who haven't gotten a Real ID is because appointments have not been easily accessible or readily available. Yeah. So it's I know that the MVC is working, they said they're working to get appointments available for people in New Jersey to make sure that they can get their Real ID and stuff like that. But I just think that's not what's happening, one. And two, if you have a passport, it's just why am I going to stress kind of thing? I don't know. I just feel the conversation of Real ID, I know it's been happening, but it's just grown increasingly. And I know there's some people who are anxious now. They're oh my God, what if I don't have a Real ID? It's if you have a passport, you're fine. If you don't travel, shut up. Yeah.
I feel the main people that, I don't want to say should be worried, but if you are planning to travel around around the United States of America, and you don't have a passport, those are the people that need to worry about getting a real ID. Other than that, you good.